My speech is gonna be about death penalty. So, imagine someone kidnap, torture, and murder someone you love with no remorse. And now imagine that person is sentenced to life in prison, receiving free meals, free education, healthcare, and maybe even the chance of restoration. Is it justice? The death penalty has been one of the most debated issues in our nation because it affects the victim's family, the public way of justice, and how we can protect the innocent lives. Whether we use death penalty or not, it means to serve the meaning of accountability in our society. Today I will talk about why the death penalty should remain legal because it serves justice, it can prevent violent crimes, and it can provide closure to the victim's family. So first, I will explain the problems when death penalty is taken away. And then I'll explain the causes of those problems. And lastly, I'll provide some possible solutions for how to use the death penalty responsibly and fairly. So, eliminating the death penalty can lead to three main problems. There can be a loss of justice, there can be a lack of deterrence, and there can be a prolonged suffering of the victim's family. So, for the most brutal crimes, life in prison usually might not be a sufficient punishment. So, according to the Bureau of Justice statistics published on December 1st, 2023, inmates serving life imprisonment, they can still commit violent acts. Also, without ultimate penalty, which is the death penalty, criminals may not fear the consequences. Economist Paul Zimmerman, in his paper published on April 15, 2009, stated that each execution can deter an average of 18 murders. Also, according to Mahassan's research published on June 27, 2007, death penalty can save life due to the deterrence theory, which suggests that criminals usually rationally maximize their self-interest. That means if they know that a death penalty may be applied to them, they will be less likely to commit a crime. Also, life sentence can mean that the family must endure decades of appeal and parole hearings. According to the Death Penalty Informational Center published on March 10, 2023, many families state that they will not achieve closure until death penalty is applied to the murderer. So why do this problem happen when death penalty is taken off the table? There might be some causes, which include political changes, possible misconceptions on death penalty, and also failure to prioritize the victim. So some states in America have already repealed death penalty. That means they might have stopped the use of death penalty in the state. This is based on political agendas rather than public will on justice. So Stimson, in his paper published on December 20th, 2019, point out that such changes often ignore the will of victims and their families. Also, many people may fear that innocent individual may be executed frequently. But due to recent DNA technology and forensic technologies, this rate is extremely rare. So according to a study published on October 26, 2021, the rate of wrongly executing an innocent person can be as low as less than 0.1%, which is really low. And lastly, not all crimes are equal. They are not treated equally. But life imprisonment, it treats mass murderers and single offense killers the same. Simpson from the Heritage Foundation states in his article, which was published on December 20th, 2019, state that death penalty should be reserved for the most brutal crimes. So now we've seen the causes of the issues I mentioned before, which include political agendas or political influences, also math among the public, and a flattering of justice. Let's discuss some solutions. Let's discuss how we can fix the system while still keeping death penalty in place. So we can reserve death penalty for cases involving overwhelming evidence and also extreme brutality. This can ensure that it is used only when absolute necessary, aligning with the public expectation of justice. Also, according to the American Bar Association, they recommend on January 1st, 2003, to strengthen the defense quality and to develop a higher standard of evidence, which include DNA and strong forensic links before death penalty is applied. That will decrease the rate of executing innocent individuals. And last but not least, the appeal process in death penalty cases, they often take decades. Due to court system delays or inefficiencies, these delays can be reduced by improving our legal procedures without compromising justice. So this would allow for timely executions while still protecting the defendant's rights. So we've talked about the problems, which include injustice, weaker deterrence, and prolonged family trauma. We also talk about the causes, such as potential political influences, public misconceptions, and unequal treatment of severe crimes. And lastly, we also covered some solutions, such as legal reform and responsible implementation. So the death penalty, when used carefully and fairly, can serve justice, protect our innocent people, and help our victim and family to reach closure. So death penalty isn't about revenge, it is about justice. Let's not abandon it, let's improve it. Thank you.